right, the following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall.
Rematch of all rematches awaits us here at Pro Wrestling Grinds. Bring Me to Life coming at ya. And these two, both in the shape of their lives, they've never been more on point than they are at this very moment. The Dream Crusher, Danny Miles, levels to the game of Danny Miles. You might have known him as Dynamite, the Distance, the Dream Crusher, internationally renowned. This is a magnificent rematch, nearly 5 years in the making, bringing it to us here. What a treat at Pro Wrestling Grinds Bring Me to Life. And beneath the layer of this rematch, 5 years in the making, comes what I'd alluded to before. Everybody wants a shot at the Pro Wrestling Grind Grand Championship. And this man, Blue Thunder, was the first to plant his flag. And he would love nothing more than to get back to the summit that he once claimed. Jay freaking Freddie, back in East Hampton, back in Pro Wrestling Grinds, back where he belongs. They're on their feet, as they should be. We're going to erect a statue of that man in the center of town. I gotta believe the mayor has given him a key to the city by now. These two icons that have built themselves over the course of their respective histories. They know Jay Freddie here in Western Massachusetts and Danny Miles from right down the way in Palmer, grown up practically in front of this faithful. Buckle up. I'll turn it over to Marino.
Introducing first out of the red corner, from Palmer, Massachusetts.
Wait a minute. Has he disowned Palmer?
From Iowa, weighing in at 212 pounds, the Dream Crusher, Danny Miles.
Maybe it's Hawkeye Danny Miles at this point.
And his opponent fighting out of the black corner, from Watertown, New York, by way of the Muna Dojo in Tokyo, Japan. Weighing in at 210 pounds, Blue Thunder, Jay Freddie.
Jay Freddie, Blue Thunder, Dream Crusher, Danny Miles. First time ever here in Pro Wrestling Grind for the first time nearly 5 years. Both combatants want nothing more than a shot at the Grand Championship around the waist of Mike Skyros. And you gotta believe our friends from Kyushu Pro are watching this. And they may be looking to throw down a challenge of their own. At this point, I have no answers. I only have questions, and all I can do is keep my eyes on the Pro Wrestling Grind social media.
I'm taking that championship with me.
The elephant in the room, as I said, Jay Freddie, Alyssa Marino, has been to the top of this mountain before. He's the first to plant his flag in the summit here. But Danny Miles from
Iowa. He said Massachusetts sucks so bad, quoting him, love it here, that he moved away because he just hated it that much. But we talk about setting the tone and setting the standard here at Pro Wrestling Grind with our opening contest that we had seen between Rip Bison and Griff McCoy. Jay Freddie set the tone for the entire company when he became the inaugural Grind Grand Champion.
Lest we forget, had the grind his way through our first ever Grand Championship Invitational.
Certainly did. Suffered a very unfortunate injury, did Jay Freddie, but came back in a blaze of glory. Recently crowned the RPM Best of Fest champion at our last event, Funeral Bell.
It's insane to think about that. The only thing at that point was, as Grand Champion, that could beat Jay Freddie was the wheel falling off.
It's true.
An opponent couldn't figure out Jay Freddie with the entirety of that, and there's the big what if that, if that had never happened, he might have still happened.
There's no doubt in my mind. And you gotta wonder too if that is something that that preys on the mind of Jay Freddie day in, day out. He's climbing back to that peak here at Pro Wrestling Grind.
I was wondering the same, but I looked at the condition that he's in today. Gotta believe he is dialed in, firing at all cylinders.
And there's something very dangerous about a competitor like, fistful of tights from Danny Miles, getting that extra leverage on Jay Freddie. But that's what makes Jay Freddie so incredibly dangerous, is he has tasted that victory, he's tasted that championship and the feel. And now that it's been taken away from him through no fault of his own, there is nothing that is going to keep him from trying to scale back to the top.
Danny Miles, the obstacle tonight. Now, both back and forth. Right, staying in the pocket with the lariats. Nothing given here. These two gents are built out of concrete.
No doubt, Torres. There is no taking one another down, and we can see bounding off of the ropes. Back and forth stereo action here.
They've both been to Japan. They are both in the shape of their lives. They've never been quicker off the line than they are today. This is truly a clash of titans. And Danny Miles now. Danny Miles.
First taken off his feet in this bout. That big shoulder drive from Jay Freddie.
Danny Miles has wrestled all around this country, all around this world, has clashed with some of the best that professional wrestling has to offer. That playbook, that toolbox, it runs deep on the Dream Crusher. Taking a sec. Wait, what? My God, he wouldn't. Wow,
He wouldn't.
Danny Miles clearly had that lethal maneuver scouted. Taking a second to adjust to the surroundings.
And it's true veteran prowess from both of these competitors. They've been working a long time. They've really honed their craft, as you said, whether it be the technical prowess or even the mind games that Danny Miles has been playing.
Watch these teams circle right now. Just how incredibly evenly matched. And it's hard to pick a place where any one has an advantage. They're both magnificent ground wrestlers, as we've seen time and time again, and we're seeing right now. They can uncork with the strikes, whether it be chops, lariats, whatever they choose. They can both fly. They can both go into overtime as they choose, so to speak. They're built for distance and speed.
Can't discount the strength and power from both of these individuals as well, and just the veteran instincts and know-how. There is something to be said for having the physical gifts for wrestling, but there is such a mental piece to how you carry yourself in the ring as well.
Yes, indeed. These two have honed that over time. Danny Miles.
Whoa, quick dodge! Swept off his feet.
Jay Freddie now passes by. Hip toss.
Sent careening down, and once more for good measure from Blue Thunder.
Now the arm drag. Jay Freddie hooking up with the suplex. Got it.
Jay Freddie now hooking that inside leg. Not enough to keep Danny Miles down.
Respecting assuring us here. For all of you joining us in your chosen video platform on our corner of the internet here at Pro Wrestling Grind, thank you for joining us, spending your free time with us. Johnny Torres, Alyssa Marino on the call. This is Bring Me to Life. Danny Miles laced with the chop in the corner. Jay Freddie now.
Oh, driving through with that uppercut.
Quick to follow off now. Jay loves that high tempo.
But also loves to take it the distance, to put and keep that pressure on his opponent. Wait a second, flung off by Danny Miles.
Second too long. Danny Miles had it scouted. The fireman's carrying to the Death Valley driver. scooped right in, dumping Blue Thunder high atop his neck. Jay Freddie wisely rolling to the apron there. Danny Miles got all of that.
And absolutely seamless with his execution. Didn't even allow a moment where Jay Freddie could have attempted an escape.
Hold on now. Danny Miles might be looking to bring Jay Freddie in. Vertical suplex over that top rope.
Oh, wait a second, though. Jay Freddie trying to anchor himself now.
Yeah, lower in that center of gravity might be Miles who takes the ride.
Oh, wait a second. Kicking up his feet. And imparting a strike that sends the Dream Crusher down to the mat.
Tried and true, climbing into the enzuko. Jay Freddie, valuable space to breathe. Now.
Oh, but clipped.
Inter-
Almost like a hip check from Danny Miles.
Intercepted and now sent careening into the guardrails here at the Pulaski Club in East Hampton. And Danny Miles now bought himself some valuable time to breathe while Jay Freddie is going to have to recover from ricocheting off pure steel.
Yeah, that is definitely a severe impact that was just felt from the inaugural Grind Grand Champion Jay Freddie, who is now in a heap at ringside. And you can see him clutching at the throat, which might have taken some of the brunt of that impact.
But he's camped in that.
You can hear the fans coming alive in the Pulaski Club at Bring Me to Life. They're bringing Jay Freddie back to life here.
They know Jay Freddie. They love Jay Freddie. They watched him capture the gold the first time around, and they will always, here in East Hampton, rally behind their guy.
Always a sweet spot in the hearts as Jay Freddie makes his way back. The action continues, but so does the onslaught from the Dream Crusher.
Oh, and Danny Miles now seemingly he's got a full tank of gas again.
Dropping the senton, and now straight into the cover.
Only two.
Almost a spasmodic kick out from Jay Freddie.
Pure instinct at that point.
Nothing more important, just stay alive in this matchup.
But that is what won and kept Jay Freddie the Grind Grand Championship for the entirety of that immortal tenure. Danny Miles knows all too well that a victory over Jay Freddie here at the Pulaski Club is worth its weight in gold. And now, the Irish Whip, Danny Miles!
Oh, God. Jay Freddie absolutely careening off of that vertical turnbuckle pad. Nasty landing.
Closest thing we're going to see to a 100-mile-per-hour fastball in the form of an Irish Whip. Danny Miles.
And that just goes to show any maneuver at the hands of someone as skilled. Danny Miles just made that incredibly lethal.
Every maneuver, as you had said, Alyssa, no argument, complete agreement. It's a weapon for Danny Miles. And Jay Freddie now in a bad way.
And Danny Miles grinding the heel of his boot right into the jaw. Jay Freddie, though, trying to muster that strength, the drive that keeps him fighting, the drive that makes him Blue Thunder.
And Danny Miles peeling away at the face, the eyes, the nose of Jay Freddie. Jay Freddie, oh, that vision's obscured, occluded even. European uppercut lands flush, but Jay Freddie uncorks with the big overhand. Danny Miles now. Fire with fire.
Vicious volley between these two.
Now Danny Miles, now the Irish Whip. Jay Freddie reverses.
To duck.
Weaves his way on through into the neck breaker. Drives Jay Freddie down hard, and Danny Miles now pondering that next move.
Yeah, taking the moment, doesn't opt for the cover right away. He's seen what Jay Freddie has been showing him so far, and Danny Miles has got now right into a almost lackadaisical cover. That's another, it's a mental game that Danny Miles is trying to play.
Might have been a stamina check at that point, testing out exactly what's left. Was it a 1 3/4? Was it a 2 3/4? And Danny Miles in that tool belt. Still got that cannonball. Still got Death by Danny, the fireman's carry into that knees, landing on the knees. But Jay Freddie. There's no give in Blue Thunder.
No give, no doubt.
Danny Miles now firing back, kick to the midsection. Off the back body drop. Jay Freddie spikes him on his head.
Absolutely incredible instinct, able to suss out what Danny Miles had in mind, and Jay Freddie now buying himself some valuable time here, Torres.
You gotta wonder if Jay Freddie, when he reaches his vertical base, that brain buster may not be far, but hold on now. Danny Miles. Now the guillotine show.
You can hear Danny Miles was telling Blue Thunder to go to sleep, but Blue Thunder had other things in mind.
What power on display. Suplex out of the guillotine choke situation.
And especially speaking to the brunt of damage that Jay Freddie has sustained over the course of this match, still finding the strength, the drive to keep fighting.
Found his great equalizer, space, breathing room, a chance to think over what's next. That Shining Wizard, that brain buster.
The wheels are always turning, and you gotta believe that they're turning for both of these competitors as they make their way back up to a standing position.
The wrist tape coming off of Jay Freddie. Jay Freddie coming in hot. What a collision in the middle.
But Danny Miles is meeting him with the intensity here, Torres.
We are deep in this contest, and the tempo, the intensity only pick it up. Danny Miles stacking up the rights in bunches. Caught. Jay Freddie uncorked with the rights. Speed picking up. Now Freddie pondering that tornado DDT, and he got it. Jettisons Danny Miles across the ring, and Jay Freddie may have been pondering recover, may be pondering a bigger weapon.
Like we said, there are weapons in the arsenal of both of these competitors we've yet to see, and Danny Miles now chucking some back elbows right in the back of the skull.
Stunning Jay, but now the scoop drives him down hard, top of his head. Only two.
Absolutely impressive resilience from Danny Miles.
A flash tombstone pile driver flavor on that.
Absolutely devastating. But Danny Miles still in this fight.
Takes me back to Danny Miles' snap Death Valley driver variation earlier in the contest. Both of these warriors, innovators, thinking on their feet, and now hold on, death by Danny, lamp flush!
Clutching at the midsection, Danny Miles with a cover, no! Jay Freddie!
Weathering the storm. Danny Miles, disbelief, etched across the face. What's it gonna take? How many have asked that question here in these hallowed halls of the Pulaski Club?
And it's questions like that in matchups like these that make Grind so special and make it what it is. These are so incredibly matched competitors.
Danny Miles, hot out of the gate into the lifter, and now the cannonball! The speed on that. If we had a radar gun, I couldn't imagine. Now the cover that. Only two. Somehow, some way.
That, yeah, you could see just the devastating impact from Danny Miles, chucking his entire body at Jay Freddie like a weapon.
Such a maneuver at the disposal of somebody so explosive yet so strong like Danny Miles. And now he may be looking for DBT one more time.
Oh, it's scouted by Jay Freddie.
Hold on, Shining Wizard! Crowned him, covered him, got it! Jay Freddie! And once again, the people on their feet for Jay Freddie.
An absolute show of appreciation for not only Jay Freddie, but for what both of these athletes have thrown at each other here in this bout at Pro Wrestling Grind.
Proud adopted son here in East Hampton, Massachusetts. Gotta believe the key to the city's on the mantle above the desk at the Freddie home. And Jay Freddie has potentially launched himself back into Pro Wrestling Grind Grand Championship contention. He may have earned the attention of our friends incoming from Kyushu Pro. More on that